Joyce Manor, 40 ounce to Fresno. Album review, let's chat about it. Hey friends, John here from What's Spinning, here tonight to chat about this latest from Joyce Manor. These guys are a California-based pop-punk band. They've been at it for a few years now. And for some time, them as well as a couple of other bands in the genre really renewed my interest in modern pop-punk and emo. These are genres that I consider to myself to be completely outgrown from. Just honestly, we're not really hitting it all that hard with me anymore. But then we had bands like Joyce Manor, Pop, The Wonder Years, Jeff frickin' Rosenstock coming along and igniting that fire in me once again. And at the time, I got the hype, man. I mean, the internet was exploding with Joyce Manor's self-titled project. Honestly, I was too. By the time that they're also very short and sweet, of all things, I Will Soon Grow Tired album came around, I was completely invested in the band. Now, I say albums, but God, these are practically EPs. I mean, Joyce Manor puts out these albums that span 15 minutes, 18 minutes, 12 minutes. And like I said, I hadn't listened to a lot of pop punk and emo in quite some time, but here I was really captivated by their sound. It seemed to have like a raw, fierce new energy. Now, around the time of Never Hungover Again, I thought I was losing the band a little bit. I still really liked the album, but it was the first time that the consistency was a little off, even if Falling in Love Again and Victoria are truly S-tier Joyce Manor tracks. And I actually did like Cody a little bit better, just a little bit though. I was still, upset with some of the consistency. That being said, Fake ID may be my favorite Joyce Manor track ever. But with their last album, $1 Million to Kill Me, Joyce Manor sort of embraced power pop a little bit more and released their worst album. And it wasn't by a slim margin either. This album was a travesty. I named it like my second or third worst album of the year. I thought it was trash. Personally, though, I do think that a lot of the singles leading up to this album showed them taking a step in the right direction. Let's chat about this. This album starts with Souvenir, and right off the bat, I can promise you this is more captivating than anything on their last album. We get this big, glossy power pop riff that just sounds so glorious. It's crunchy and it's punky, but it's also really sweet on the ears. By all accounts, this is where I want to hear the band. Reason to Believe is just plain nice. It has sort of a Midwest emo vibe at points, but it also has a pop sensibility that was really lacking on their last album. It's easy to take in, it's super catchy, and it's honestly really approachable as well. If they were going to go with a more power pop inspired sound, this is certainly the trick, even if that raw energy isn't here with the band, at least for the moment. It's just a very good medium for the band. Don't Try is really good too. I love the jagged sort of crunchy riff that we get here, and the energy that has been lacking from the band recently. It can go toe to toe with most of their best material, and this hook, my God, it is freaking money. This may be the best track here. It's such a simple formula, but it proves that when Joyce Manor is focused, they're still on top of the game. They do really need to be careful, though, because we get tracks here like NBTSA. It's just pretty bland. It's just kind of faceless pop punk in my book. It's not very good. It doesn't have the punch, the accessibility, and most importantly, the personality of some of their better material. They just need to be careful, and You're Not Famous Anymore is easily the worst track here. This reminds me of what I didn't like about their last album. Can you say stiff? This track is ridiculous. It sounds like they're really pulling teeth here, and songwriting wise, this is bottom of the barrel. I can't take this seriously. What a mess. I can say a lot of the same things about Did You Ever Know? The instrumental is dime a dozen. This energy level, once again, it is low. And it's so cringy. I mean, Joyce Manor are, playing a style of music where a sense of sort of vulnerability in lyrics is actually a huge plus, but this is cringeworthy. Even worse, it's really awkward. It's a shame because Joyce Manor, when they focus, they still have a really great sound to them. Take, for example, Gotta Let Go. I've liked this track since it dropped as a single. It's got that raw energy to it. There's some great performances here. It's got that passion. It's one of the more chaotic and wild instrumentals here, too. It's practically even a little post-hardcore inspired at times. This is really good. Dance With Me is also really very good. This is the perfect blend of the sort of classic Joyce Manor sound, but with a little bit of a power pop twist. It's sharp, and it may be the catchiest tune here. This track easily could have been a train wreck. This album easily could have been a train wreck, but this works nicely. And I do really like Secret Sisters as a finale. This riff here is surprisingly meaty and bulky, and the production here is heavy. This is a really heavy sound. And the guitar solo we get here is easily the most memorable one here. It's so melodic. This just sounds like a great direction to go if the band was going to go for a slightly heavier sound. This album isn't bad at all. As a matter of fact, in a lot of ways, it's a major step back in the right direction. And while I'm not writing home and raving about this album like I'd like to, like I did in their early days, honestly, it's a big step back in the right direction, especially after the power pop mess that they put out a few years ago. This album just shows them, really coming back to their roots, getting back in touch with their energy. Most importantly, finding a good medium between, the pop punk and the emo that they were pushing out years ago and a sort of poppier sound. And that's not a bad thing. They just need to focus. But for now, I'm feeling a decent 7 on this album. But let me know what you guys think down below. If you liked the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, friends.